Solpulse is a get-paid-to platform that pays you out in Solana, and it claims the payouts are instant. I have tested it to see how it actually works, and let me reveal right away that there are a few things it does differently from most other platforms I have tested. I also managed to get a special deal that lets you unlock the higher earning rate faster than normal. I'll show you that later. So let's just jump straight to it and start by going over who can join. And Solpulse is a platform you can join from basically all countries, but you do get paid in crypto. So of course there might be some legal restrictions in your country. So if crypto is not allowed there, well, then you probably shouldn't use this, but it is open to all. How much you can earn, of course, like all other get paid to sites, will vary depending on your country, but we'll talk more about the earning potential later. And let me also just start by explaining how you join, because that is also a little bit different than many other earning platforms I've tested, because you can see when you come to the sign up page here, the only thing you need to do is here to paste a Solana wallet address. So you do not have to connect your wallet, because when I first came across it, I was a little bit worried about that, because I usually don't like earning platforms where you have to connect your wallet, because that can, sometimes be risky. But here you are basically just pasting, you're sharing your Solana wallet address. You need a Solana wallet, and that can basically be any Solana wallet. So it can be, Phantom, it can be like MetaMask, it can also be on exchanges if you have that. Personally, I think for something like this, because it pays out every time you completed something, so sometimes it might be small amounts. So if you have that coming into an exchange, you can still do that. Personally, I would prefer just doing it in a different wallet, but once it's there, you can then transfer it wherever you want to or do whatever you want with it. But we'll talk more about the payout option later. But this is just how you join. You take your Solana wallet address, you paste it in here, and then you just connect. It says connect, but you are not connecting your wallet. You're just sharing it here, and that's what you then use to log in. Next time you just paste it here and you open it, and then you get to the member dashboard. So let me now log in, and then I'll show you how that works. So I'm now inside the dashboard, and a very important thing I also just want to make clear, because many of you always ask me if a platform is asking for KYC, that means some kind of identity verification, and Solpulse itself does not do that. It is focused a lot on privacy, so that's why you just share your wallet address and nothing else, and then you can start earning. So they do not collect your name or your email address or password or IDs or anything like that. So in that sense, it is an anonymous platform. However, just keep in mind that there might be third-party survey providers that have their own internal quality checks if you take surveys through a specific provider. So I can't guarantee that will not happen, but Solpulse itself requires absolutely zero personal data, which is something I personally definitely think is great. And I know many of you always ask me about this and appreciate this also. Anyways, once you're inside, then you can scroll down and you can see here the offer walls. And I have talked to them and asked them about it. They say they're also working on continuously optimizing it. Since I started testing it, I also came with a few suggestions that they actually implemented. This is something I really appreciate, that they are actually open for feedback and open to keep improving it. So I'm very excited about this. It's still very new, so I'm excited to see how that would develop, but it's always positive when they are actually listening and trying to improve. But right now, here you can see these are the offer walls. So if you've used get paid to sites before, they work the same way. You open them and then you can see the different offers. In this case here, if you want to, for example, take time wall offers, then you can see all the options here. There are surveys, there are games you can do, there's small tasks, you can click ads to earn also, all these different things that you usually can find on Time Wall also. I do actually have a full guide of Time Wall. I'll leave a link in the top corner, so you can also check that out if you want to. And once you have earned on Time Wall, you can go here to withdraw it into Solpulse, and same here with CPX. When you have completed something, you can get it into Solpulse. And it does offer, as you can see for me anyways, quite a lot of different ways to earn, and I'm excited to see how it will keep developing. But as it always is, how many opportunities, how well it pays, that varies a lot depending on your country. But overall, it does pay quite well compared to many other get paid to sites. And it also has a way to significantly boost your earnings. And this is also where I've been able to get a special deal just for people who is joining through my invitation link. So let's just explain a little bit more about that before going over the very unique way you can actually also get paid here. So on the dashboard, you can also see a streak progress. And if you have 5 days in a row, that means it's just 5 days in a row where you need to earn something. And because whenever you earn something, you will get paid. And whenever you've got paid 5 days in a row, that means you just need to complete, for example, one survey, one small offer, something like that here, 5 days in a row. Then you can see, then it fills up, and then you will unlock 50% extra rewards. So that will be a huge boost to your earnings, a really great streak reward. One of the better I have seen out of all the hundreds of get paid to sites that I have tested. And then as long as you then keep earning just a little bit every day, then you will keep having this boost here. If you miss a day, as you can see, I unfortunately missed a day here, then it jumps back and then you start over. But here's then the special deal. I have been able to get it so if you join through my link, and I will leave it in the description below here, then you will start with a 2-day streak. So that means that you just need to earn basically something for 3 days, and then you will get this extra boost. So then it won't take you long to actually get that extra boost and earn a lot more from the offers and service you complete here. And even if it's a day where you don't have a lot of time, it can be worth coming in and just spending a little bit of time to keep the streak going, because you can see it massively affects your earnings. So that's quite a unique bonus. I haven't seen something similar to this on other platforms. But of course, with any way where you're earning online, how you can get paid is extremely important. So let's talk about that next. So when it comes to getting paid, you might be a little bit confused because there is no withdrawal button in here. There is no way you can see your earnings in here, what you actually currently have earned in your account in here. And probably used to that if you used get paid to sites before, it accumulates amount, and then when you reach a certain amount, then you can withdraw it and choose your payout method. But this is because, as mentioned, they say that they are paying instantly, and that is actually also the case. I have earned in here, I've completed offers, and then I got paid directly into my Solana wallet, and it does actually pay instantly. So that's why there's no need for you to see it in here. You can see it in your Solana wallet, whatever you earn. There is this little thing here, as you can see here, where they say that there's something that if you earn under 8 cents, if you complete an offer, do something, or work on time box with clicking ads, for example, and it's less than 8 cents, then it will not pay directly in to Solana wallet, because Solana requires a one-time fee here for empty wallets. So you can click and read more about that here, and that basically means that they need to acquire this rent here if it's an empty wallet, brand new wallet, and therefore they cannot pay out here unless you've earned 8 cents. But that is where this vault here, as you can see, let me just scroll up here, then you can see that builds up, and once that reaches these 8 cents, this can vary a little bit depending on the market and all these here, but currently as of recording this, it's 8 cents. It can, as mentioned, vary a little bit, but as soon as that then hit that tiny threshold, it is still a really low payout threshold, then it will go directly into your wallet. And as you can also see, and I verify this because, as mentioned, I have tried that, then your funds are not lost. So if you don't see it, as mentioned, it will be here. You can see it in this vault here, not in your wallet. Once it reaches it, then they will process the payment, and then they will pay this rent fee. So you will get the full amount. It's not that they will then deduct 8 cents. So you get the full amount of what you're earning. So that's also something I really like. There are many platforms where you then withdraw and then they charge a fee. That's not the case here. They cover all that. So really love that. Also, just keep in mind here, if you, for example, have completed paid offer, something like that, that gives over $10, then they have a manual review that can last, 24 hours to 72 hours. Just keep that in mind. If you, for example, earn something where you get $20 or $50 for an offer or something like that, then it can take a little bit long because they just need to check everything. That's of course for security reasons. I know how much fraud there is on get paid to sites, so I completely understand that. But let's now talk a little bit more about the overall earning potential. So how much can you then earn on Solpulse? Well, I know people always want an exact answer, but I cannot give that because it always depends on the country you live in. In some countries, by just using the surveys and the offers and all that they have available in here, on good days, maybe you can earn $5, $10, $20, sometimes even more if you complete a high-paying offer, a gaming offer or something like that. In other countries, it will be hard to earn just $1 maybe a day. So it's very hard to give exact numbers, but what I can say when I compare it to the hundreds of other sites I've tested is that the base rate you get, you can see you get a base rate that is 25% there. That is already quite high, quite decent rewards compared to many other sites. And then if you just stay active every single day, and it's not like some platforms you have to earn $1, $5, something like that every day to keep a streak going. Here you just need to earn something. You can just complete a little bit, earn 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. If you just earn a little bit, then you can keep the streak going, and that will unlock this 50% bonus there that you can just keep as long as you keep earning there every day. So that means that then suddenly it actually becomes quite well paying site there. Then you can get paid instantly. As mentioned, I have been paid by it myself. I saw it going directly into my Solana wallet, so I know that it actually does work. So definitely a platform where you can actually earn. Again, exactly how much you can earn, that does vary depending on what you qualify for, all these different things that goes for all get paid to sites. If you decide to use it yourself. I would love to hear your experiences. How do you find it? Do you find it pays well in your country to others? How do you like the overall user experience of it? As mentioned, as of recording this video here, it is a brand new site. I found it quite interesting, quite unique, so therefore I want to share it, but I would love to hear your experiences. So just leave your experiences and opinions in a comment below, and also if you have any questions, just ask. I reply to all comments. So to sum it up, I am quite excited that I came across Solpulse because it is quite unique. Of course, it is only relevant if you want to earn Solana or crypto in general. If you don't want Solana but other crypto, well, you can still just earn into your Solana wallet and then just swap it into other crypto. As long as you're interested in earning crypto, then this is definitely quite a unique site because it basically doesn't have payout threshold. It pays instantly into your Solana wallet, and you do not connect your wallet. You do not even share your email address, anything like that. So that is quite unique. And then it has this streak bonus there. Remember, if you join through my link, then you will start with a 2-day streak, which makes it even easier to get to this 50% boost there on your earnings there. So as mentioned, I'll leave that below so you can join through that. That will also support my channel, and I would definitely appreciate that support. But overall, if you're interested in earning crypto without any investment, then this is definitely an interesting one to check out. One that I will keep using for now here and keep an eye on also to see how it develops. And I would love to hear your thoughts about it also. So please share your thoughts in a comment below. And as mentioned, if you want to join, I'll leave my invitation link below so you can join through that, easily get started with the 2-day streak. And then I hope you will like it. And overall, if you find this video useful, also please like this video here, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time or release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.